Good morning. Welcome to Akshay Maths and Science classes. Now, our chapter is Chemical Reactions and Equations. Our chapter is what? Chemical Reactions and Equations. First, we will talk about chemical reactions. What are chemical reactions? The process involving a chemical change is called chemical reaction. Means the process in which chemical change is occurred, that is called chemical reaction. So what is chemical change? I think we studied about this in class 9th. Simply, if I will talk about the chemical change, it is simply irreversible. Nature and the identity of initial substance have changed in chemical change. Okay. I'll take here few examples related to chemical change. Number 1, respiration process, that is also chemical change. Second, fermentation of grapes. By the fermentation of grapes, alcohol will be formed. So it is irreversible change. So it is also considered as chemical change. Next, if I will talk about the digestion of food in our body, whatever food we are taking in, that is digested in our body, and the process is absolutely irreversible. That's why it is called chemical change. We can take next example. An iron nail or tawa, when left exposed to humid atmosphere. Obviously, you know this thing, it is the process of corrosion or rancidity. Okay, so it is also a reversible process. That's why it is considered as chemical change. So mainly the processes in which the change is chemical. So this is called chemical reactions. Okay. Here, if I will take example of chemical reaction, I will take, this is the best and simple example, burning of magnesium ribbon in air. Okay, when we will burn magnesium ribbon in air. So magnesium is what? Mg. When you are going to burn magnesium ribbon, it will react with atmospheric oxygen and it will form magnesium oxide. Okay, so Mg plus O2 gives me MgO. It is absolutely a new compound. It is not at all following the property of magnesium as well as oxygen. That's why this is chemical change and it is taken example of chemical reaction. Okay. So simply I can say chemical reaction is what? A chemical reaction involves rearrangement of atoms. In a chemical reaction, we will take mainly two terms. First is what? Reactant. Reactant. And second is what? Product. Okay. Reactant. Reactant are those chemical substances which involves in any chemical reaction. Okay. These are called reactant. And product. Products are those chemical substances which formed after the reaction. Okay. As I told you, chemical reaction is simply rearrangement of atoms. Okay. For example, when we burn magnesium ribbon in air, it will form magnesium oxide. Okay. So here magnesium and oxygen, these both are called reactant, and the magnesium oxide which is formed after the reaction is called product. Okay. Chemical equation. Chemical equation is what? The shortened method of representing a chemical reaction in terms of symbol and formula of the different reactant and product is called chemical equation. Okay, so here the main terms are what? Chemical reaction, symbol and the formula. Okay, these are the basic backbone of the chemical equation. Okay, so whenever we are going to write a chemical equation, we should know the correct formula, correct symbol of different elements or compounds. I think the concept of element and compound is clear to us. Okay, so the chemical reaction is basically rearrangement of atom, and the chemical equation, when represented by symbol and formula, it is called chemical equation. Okay, for example, when zinc react with sulfuric acid, it will form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Okay, so for this, when I want to write this word equation in a proper chemical equation, we should know the correct symbol and the correct formula. For example, zinc, the symbol of zinc is Zn. Sulfuric acid, that is what? H2SO4. These two are reactant, and when they both will react, they will form zinc sulfate. We know the formula of zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, and hydrogen gas will be formed. Hydrogen gas, that is H2. So here Zn plus H2SO4 gives me ZnSO4 plus H2 for chemical equation. This is the most important thing. We should have proper gripping on the formulas. Okay, so formulas should be correct. If formulas will be correct, so equation will be correct and it should be balanced. In the next part, we will balance all the equations. As we are talking about chemical equations, okay, so when we are interpreting any chemical reaction and writing it in a form of symbols and formula, okay, suppose I am taking very simple example again. Mg plus O2 gives me MgO. Okay, in this equation, the number of atoms of each element on the both sides. Both side means first side is this reactant side and second side is what? Product side. Okay, is not equal. Okay, and I will talk about here magnesium. This is my element, magnesium. Here magnesium is what? 1, and here also magnesium 1. Okay, sound magnesium is here equal on both sides. But if I will talk about oxygen atom, here oxygen O2, it is a compound or best molecule, oxygen O2. At reactant side, its number is 2, but at product side it is only 1. Okay, so here oxygen is not equal on both sides. Okay, so these type of reactions are called skeletal reactions or unbalanced chemical equation. Okay, unbalanced chemical equation means such unchemical reactions, certain chemical equations in which the number of atoms of each element on both sides are not equal, are called unbalanced chemical equation. Okay, I will talk about here balanced chemical equations. Okay, I will talk about what? Balanced chemical equation. That is expected part, okay? This is the main important part. Balanced chemical equation. From here, we will write all the equations. They should be balanced. That is expected. Okay, balanced chemical equation. Okay, if I will take the same example, if I want to make oxygen atom equal on both sides, so I will write here 2 and 2 for this. The way of balancing I will tell you just in the next session. Okay, so if I will count the number of atom on the both sides, here magnesium atoms are 2, here also 2, oxygen atom are 2, and here oxygen atom in a product also 2. Okay, so on the both side at the reactant as well as product side, the number of atom of each element is equal. So these type of equations are called balanced chemical equation. Okay, all balanced chemical equations are obeying the law of conservation of mass. Okay, and this is expected from right away that all equations should be balanced. Okay, again, balanced chemical equation. Okay, in this session we will take the most important part, that is balancing. How to balance the equation? For this we will use hit and trial method. Okay, that is very simple. Okay, suppose I am taking example of any equation. When iron react with steam, it will form magnetic oxide of iron plus hydrogen. Okay, this is a word equation. In the first step, simply we will write this word equation in the form of symbol and formula. Okay, iron, that is Fe. Steam means H2O. Okay, steam means actually water in a gaseous state, but simply here I will write H2O. Okay, then I will talk about the formula of magnetic oxide of iron, that is Fe3O4, and hydrogen H2. Okay, now I want to balance this chemical equation. This is my skeletal reaction. Okay, reactant side is left hand side and product side is right hand side. Okay, first I will make a simple list of different elements and their numbers. Okay, in this, first of all, element. Okay, number of atom in reactant, or if you are getting problem with reactant, so you can write in the left hand side. Okay, number of atoms in reactant, or secondly, number of atoms in product, means opposite side, right hand side. Okay, first I will separate out different elements from here. Elements. Okay, first element is what? Iron, that is Fe. Second element is what? Hydrogen. Third element is what? Oxygen. In this reaction I have only 3 elements. Okay, let's count the number. Simple. Here Fe. In a reactant side, Fe is single, so its atom is 1. And if I will count Fe in Product side, it is what? 3. Clear? So it is here 3 and it is here what? 1. So it is not balanced. First of all, this is not balanced. Very clear. Next, hydrogen. Here hydrogen is 2 and here also 2. So it sounds that hydrogen is approximately balanced. Okay. And the third element, that is oxygen, it is only single in reactant. And in product side, it is what? 4. Here it is 1 and here it is 4. It is also not balanced. Okay, simply. So I have to balance first iron and second oxygen. Somewhat what happened? Sometimes it happens when we are maintaining or adjusting the balance of one element. So the balanced element will be disturbed. Okay, that it will be clear. Okay. After making this list, I will go for this. Simply, it is Fe, that H2O, Fe3O4, H2. This is main hidden trial method. It is 1 here, it is 3 here. I want to make Fe balanced here. Okay. So I will write here 3. Never write in subscription. Always write here. Okay. If you want to add any number. Okay. So Fe is here 3 and here Fe is 3. Okay. It sounds that Fe is balanced. Okay. Now I am coming to the oxygen. It is only 1 here and it is 4 here. So in a reactant side, I have to balance oxygen. Okay. Oxygen, I want 4 here. I will increase or I will write 4 here. Okay. This 4 will be counted for oxygen and this 4 will be counted for hydrogen. Okay. For hydrogen, it will be 4 into 2, that is 8. Okay. Clear? For hydrogen, it will be multiplied with subscription. 4 into 2, that is 8. Hydrogen is 8 here now. But oxygen is what? 4. Okay. So oxygen is 4. Clear? Now the balance of hydrogen is disturbed. Now here 4 2s are 8. In a reactant side, hydrogen is what? 8. But in a product side, hydrogen is only 2. I want to make it 8. For this, I will write 4 here. Okay. Now, again, I will check this. Clear? Fe 3, 3. It is balanced. Okay. Now, hydrogen, 4 2s are 8. And here it is also 4 2s are 8. Now, oxygen, 4. And here oxygen 4. Okay. So ultimately at last, if I will check the reaction, different elements at reactant side and at product side are equal. Okay. So now this reaction is called balanced chemical equation.